All right, nothing like shooting the whole clip and then you didn't turn the mic on, so you didn't record none of it. Sweet. Got a few things going on here. We got a new mat to go into the lift. I was talking about this a while back. I got this mat. It was 8'6" wide and 22 foot long. So we got about 6 foot behind it here. We could work on stuff and not be working right on the new floor. Kind of what I wanted. This is made by G Floor. I'm not associated with them whatsoever. That was on eBay. I think it was, hell, I don't remember, 250 or 270 bucks. Because they have a little problem with the floor over here where you come in the door, it's getting dirty and you can't clean it. And I don't know why it has like streaks in it, almost like you can see where I rolled it with a roller. So I don't know, probably gonna have to get the buffer maybe on a low speed, low compound, so we can't get that dirt off the floor. If not, I'm not really sure what we're gonna do with that. Redo it, I guess. Also, I haven't showed you none of this stuff. We got a new toy, and you know I love Makita power tools, and this is a 36 volt setup. This is a Makita power head, as some people call it. So you could buy different attachments for it. We have a weedier attachment for it that came with it. I just got this attachment for it, and this thing's badass. This is a hedge trimmer slash brush cutter, and you could get up to roughly 1 inch wide limbs. It'll cut them right in two. Just not even hesitate at all. And it's really, works really well. I did a little bit up here. You see this morning, just tried out a little bit, trim that head just a little bit. It's all blurry. There you go. Trim it just a little bit, and it seemed like it just, no matter what you went through, just cut it right in two. So we got a bunch of hedges to trim, some trees to trim. I didn't buy the pole saw yet for it. I'll probably buy that pretty soon though. I didn't think I was gonna need it, but looking around, we'll probably do. So we have the gears here for the throttle actuators, right? We'll put those on. We also, I unpacked it because I already shot this video once. Got some Delphi coil packs for this thing, and these are the legit ones. They're about 80 bucks a piece. A lot of guys said, oh, why don't you just buy all 10 of them? No, it's like $1,000, that's why. All right, we're not throwing codes to the rest of them, just 2 of them. So we'll start with those 2, and might need some more later on down the road, I don't know, but I really want to spend $1,000 on that right now, and that's for damn sure. They're accessible anytime we need them, so it's not a problem, as long as remember which cylinders are replaced. If we start having problems with a lot of them, we'll go ahead and do the rest of them, right? Not a problem. So this thing, we left the cowling out in this thing. It's over there on top of the wood. Left it out for a reason, because we need to pull this intake, plane them off. And so to do that, we're gonna have to go and remove the air boxes, the tops of them at least. We're gonna have to remove probably the bottom of this one, slide that expansion tank over out of the way, and try to get some extensions and screwdrivers and try to loosen up all 10 of those hose clamps before they go onto the throttle bodies, which should be very interesting. Once we do that, we take the harness loose and we should be able to get right to the throttle actuators and hopefully rebuild them. And hopefully these little circuit boards in them are not burnt, but no, in this car they probably are. That's like many more hundreds of dollars if that's the case. But hopefully it's not the case. I think we'll do that before we swap the coil packs. We'll start it up, see what's going on. If it's still running rough stuff and codes on 3 and 4, we go and put the coil packs in there. That won't take but 2 seconds, but I'm curious to see which thing of it here exactly is gonna fix it. I didn't wanna wait to order the coil packs. Everything takes so damn long to get in right now. I didn't wanna be sitting around how many more days again waiting on parts. So hypothetically, if this thing, we do this to it, this should be one of the last things we have to do for it to make decent power and keep it out of limp mode. Or flip the screen out and make sure we're pointing at my face. Keep it out in limp mode, because you know every time we try to drive it so far, it goes into limp mode and it's a big freaking problem, right? And go out and try to floor it. I'll let you floor it for a couple seconds, kick off in limp mode. We started getting codes for throttle actuator stuff, and then again misfire on 3 and 4. So I'm curious to see what's gonna fix it. Who knows? But I guess we'll get on that right now. But before we start all that, hard to see, I'll park the Sequoia in front of it now, but I did get the face of the building, or this side of the building, done, and it turned out pretty damn good. And we put the darker trim around the window. I still have darker trim to put along the bottom and of course up the corner. But we can't do up the corner until we do this side. So we're probably gonna do this side all the way down. We're probably gonna put some cedar shake up here. I haven't quite decided yet, who knows. But this stuff turned out really good. Everything, it needs another coat, but I had to order stain, so we can't do that coat right now, and on and on and on. But I did put some black flex shot on there. I'm not sure if that was the right thing to do or not. I mean, you can't really see it. You can see it against the white so much though, but that's all waterproof. I also did on top, and we got our 45s cut pretty good on that. And I tried one little spot there caulking the seam, but I just don't think that's worthy of doing that. And like I said, we don't have to put trim here. We're all pretty straight. That's what she said. But we'll probably put trim there anyway, and we'll box it all in, cut 45s in all the corners, and make it look real nice and tidy. And we can't even do our damn awning until we get some more stain in, because we're out of stain. Okay, so there's a few things. We got the intakes off. There's a few problems in here though. This is number 10. Somebody's had this rolled over. That might be pretty difficult to get that back on there. Interesting. I noticed that one I could not get the screwdriver on. The clamp was like cocked up out of the way. Well, hard telling how long that's been leaking for, because this thing's never been out of here before. It still has permanent clamps on these back two hoses. You can see that or not. And that one over there, I take the dikes and you clamp them and twist them. We'll put regular clamps back on those, which is what it would have had if anybody has been in here. But it hadn't. I noticed on this side, a few of these clamps are already loose on the throttle bodies. And then if you look all the way back here, that little clip right there is broken. The top is broken off of it, and I could feel around the back of there with a squeeze, like, man, somebody's already broken it. But it was still latching, the O-ring's still intact, and was able to push the bottom, unclip it, and push it back. Hopefully that's all. I mean, who knows? But just looking over it real quick, like, throttle bodies are a little bit dirty. I'd look up and see what kind of gaskets these have on them. I really want to take them off because I'm going to get fuel all in the shop here. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and unhook the battery before we go any further. We're going to go ahead and pull out. There's a few screws up here. That allows me to flip that wiring harness up and out of the way enough to pull out the throttle actuators, which are down in here. There's one there and one right there. I think, like I said, what we're going to find is those gears are going to be worn, and possibly the MOSFET on the board might be blown up. But, who knows? Who knows? I haven't seen a lot of people had that board problem, but it is a possibility. And they say once the gears start wearing and it's trying to rock it back and forth, adjust, it'll burn that board up. Hopefully that's not the case for our purposes, but knowing our luck, probably is. Like I said, we just pulled the reservoir. It's just kind of sitting up here. We're gonna pull it back out of the way. I took every screw out with their long screwdriver, a long straight screwdriver. I took every one out, no problem. And you can see here, they actually have little stops, so the clamps can't be turned wrong. They have a little rubber stop right there. So when you put it in there, you're all good. Yeah, that, on the other hand, that's gonna be a little bit of a problem putting that back in. I do believe the other one looks all good. Looks like there's no problems at all. Here's the PCVs built into the intake manifold. So if the PCV on either side ever goes out, well, I guess in BMW's fantasy, they want you to buy a whole new manifold. But that's for sure not going to be our situation. I can promise you that. So when we do this manifold delete and mass airflow sensor delete, we'll just have this, we'll have an air filter on each one of the throttle bodies, or a air horn with the filter, whatever we want to do. And then you look up and see, when we do that, what they're doing with all this stuff, all the PVC lines and all that. That's all going to be capped or routed to some kind of catch can or some kind of situation like that. I don't know if that comes in that Evolve kit or not, but those are all things you have to look up, but overall not too bad. Okay, so it's the next day here, and we just pulled this out. This wasn't really a video how to get them out. There's enough videos of that up. We pulled this out, we pulled this gear out, with the idler gear. That doesn't actually look that bad, to be honest with you. Lynn's got a smudge on it or what? Maybe not, maybe. I dropped this thing, I had it on the trunk, hit the trunk release, and it flipped it up on top of the back windshield. Sweet, huh? This is the big camera too, not the GoPro. But it seems like it's okay for the most part. What did I do with the other gear that I had to break to get off of this? This is a new gear. And you can see here, maybe you can see, that this gear is actually broken already. So I can flex it. See the crack in it? Sweet, all right? So I had to order new gears again that has, I can't get it off because I pushed it on there, that has the shaft made onto it, because these you have to cut them off or break them off, the gear off. You have to grind down the little lip and then push the new gear on there. It's not even down all the way. I was going like this with my finger, I heard it crack, and I looked and it was already cracked. So that's not gonna work, but then we're gonna put that on there because that would have not lasted no time at all. I don't know if those gears are old or what, but they seem awful brittle. So we have everything off. I don't remember where I stopped this video at and where I started it at. But everything's off. I already showed you the hose is broke. I gotta sort out that still. I guess I'll take that clamp off of that. I'll take a long extension or something and push it back. Might have to heat up a little bit to get it to stay. I'm not really sure. That's kind of pissed me off, to be honest with you. But that's the way it is. This really wasn't that bad to take apart. It was just mildly annoying. If I get that one rubber boot fix, putting it back on should be pretty easy. Yeah, so this mess is pretty much staying just like this. There's not a damn thing else I could do with it until we get the new gears in. Order them. I found some up in Chicago, which is pretty close to us. It's 6 hours away. As far as mail goes, it's pretty close to us. I think it'd be here in a few days, and now it says March 12th, which is Tuesday. It's annoying, real annoying. And it's been that way with this virus stuff going on. The post office has been terrible. I mean, just absolutely terrible. We have packages stuck internationally, packages stuck. Just one come from Texas is a month late, and just everything's just a total freaking mess. But what else do you expect, right? That's the biggest downfall of this car, really, is all the parts we needed and just the struggle to be able to keep making videos, getting everything here. That's what's taking so damn long. And I need to go do that right now, order the correct lights, because that one has that. This one has the factory one. It's all cloudy. So I need to find a legit set of blinker lights for it, get that done. And believe it or not, really not that far away in this car. Hopefully between this and the coil packs getting done, we're gonna be at least drivable. And then we're down to some cosmetics we need to do. Need to clean the windshield again on the inside. Look how dirty that thing is. I've already cleaned it twice. That's some kind of weird, I don't know if it's Armor All on it or what. We'll have to go into something a little stronger. We're gonna have to paint the top. We're gonna have to paint this back bumper. We're getting close, we really, truly are. I really cannot complain about it. The car itself. Don't need that. It's actually fairly clean. Looks on camera, probably can't see nothing on camera, but it shouldn't take a lot to clean it up. There's not a bunch of gravy between the seats or anything. We shouldn't have to take the seats out of this one. I think just a real good vac job for our new shop vac, and the trunks will be all put back together. We're in a desperate need of somewhere to put parts. All this SMG stuff I want to get the roof done on the shop like right away. I want to go pick that up probably tomorrow, the metal up. But I need to build a mezzanine. We'll have a second story in the second part here from the edge of this door on back, which is about 12 foot, I think, 13 foot. I don't remember, 13 foot, I think. And we'll have a second story up there to store parts. We'll make a staircase that goes in between the cars here that goes up and between the windows. And it should be really good. But I do need to plan now for any parts to need in the future. So there's one other thing this car has issues with, has the LCI taillights. We've got to figure out if we need to get a different module for that light module or what we got to do. I got to do some research on it and see. We need to get that coming now so we're not waiting on it later. And also another thing too, I need to order, I found exhaust tips for it. I'm going to order those. I need to order those now. So in a week or so, when we get the exhaust done, we have the tips here, right? That's the way to do her. So I guess I'll do that. Those are like 160 bucks for two of those. 170 bucks maybe. They weren't too bad. I don't want to get the cheapest ones I could find because, well, we all know how that'll work out. It'll be total freaking junk. It'll be all rusty just like those. We don't want that. Overall, pretty happy with this car, the way it's coming together. Struggled through the last little bit of it. You know, it's a situation. We can't do any of the staining. We're waiting on the stain for the rest of the wood. So we'll have pictures, you know, we have to do the whole outside of the building and this whole end cap's got to be done. And then we're by the door on the other side. We're getting there. I mean, I'll give you updates on the shop, updates on the cars. The 1600, I need to sort out what the hell is leaking water on this car. It's still dripping in my little bucket there. Drip, 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 drip. But to be honest with you, we know we need like everything for this car. Somebody's done the hoses. We need to take an inventory of what all we need. But the engine needs to come out of this too. But did we do that now? Did we dare the E90 into swap? I don't know. We're doing a lot of shop stuff coming up. There's this, it's a tangled web, boys, a tangled web. Order everything I can, I guess, to start with, and we'll make videos, whatever comes in. It's gonna be it. Thanks for watching. We'll be back very soon, maybe, with another video of this thing actually running with the throttle actuators in it. Talk to you later, guys. Have a good day.